Hello there and welcome back, you lovely lot. Right, as promised guys, I'm going to bring you a resin video, and these are the sort of things that I use. Now before we go into this guys, I'm no expert, this is me just playing, okay? I brought a resin kit, I've got a resin and a hardener, it's 50-50 of each. There is a hot air blower, there is a mould. So here we have a measuring jug and I'm putting 50-50 of each. Now you have to mix this for 3 minutes. So this is me at the start of mixing. Stir, stir, stir. Now you've got to do it for a minimum of 3 minutes. If you don't, the consistency between the resin and the hardener won't mix properly and you will end up with it won't set properly basically. Right, okay, this is the end. So you can see the consistencies changed and the bubbles have eliminated mostly, because as you know, when you stir you can put big bubbles in there. So on 2 plastic cups I'm going to put the emerald green in this one, just a drop in the bottom. Don't add too much because you can change the consistency of that mixture and again it won't set properly, but give it a good stir. In the second plastic cup I'm going to put lime green. Again, give it a good stir. Stir, stir, stir. Okay, so we're going to start putting it in the mould. So emerald green round the outside, and I'm going to push it right up to the edge of that mould. It's very easy not to get it right to the edge, and that way you can get like little, it looks like it's chipped really, and it's not. The resin just hasn't gone into the corner of the moulds. So I'll show you how I eliminate that. I've done about 2 or 3 of these. Okay, the second mixture is the lime green. I'm going to pour that next to, almost on top of, that emerald green. So the lime green's going to go in. I'm just going to keep going round. Okay, now I'm going to do this in levels guys, which means I have to let it set for a few hours. And in the middle I'm going to put clear. Now what I will do is that will push the other greens out, so it should fill those little nooks and crannies. A little bit of superfine iridescent white glitter. I'm just going to sprinkle in that because this is going to be the bottom, and I want the bottom to be clear. I want to be able to see through both sides. I want to be able to use both sides of the palette. Leave that to set for 5 hours. I've got a laminated Trays Nail Designs in there, and I've got some shell. So clear, I've done exactly the same, 50-50, stir for a minimum of 3 minutes, just a drop, that's all I want. I just want a drop for a middle layer. I'm going to make like a sandwich. So I've got my bottom section, this is my middle section. So I'm going to, again, just very, very thinly move it around so that it goes into all the nooks and crannies. Not too bothered about the middle because I'm going to push that laminated bit in there and the shells, but I do need to make sure it goes right up to the edge. I'm going to smooth it over and just get a really, really thin layer all the way across. And of course once I push the items in the middle, it does level it out there. But it's this, it's the edging I have to be careful of. On the others I've found that, like I said, it looks chipped. And it's not, it's just not gone into the nuts and crannies. With every one you do, you learn something else. So I'm pushing that right in, squidge it, squidge, squidge, squidge. Get it in there. You can see the liquid now moving and levelling out. It's trying to move my little card there, but I'm keeping it in the spot until it starts to stop moving. And all the way around that I'm going to put these shells. Then what I need to do is leave that for 12 hours. So I add the decoration and I leave that for 12 hours. So I'm going to come back to this the next day. I think I did this at night time, like 7-8 o'clock at night, and then I came back to it the following morning. So I'm just picking up them shells and I'm pushing it into that resin. I'm going to do another one with dried flowers, that's next. I think that'd be nice. I like the clear ones myself with the glitter and stuff. Oh, just so pretty. So again, mixed it exactly the same, 50-50, only this time I put a little bit more of the dark green in, because the top of it I want it to be a little bit darker. I wanted to see through the bottom, but the top I wanted to have a really dark green. Come in with the emerald green as well, and then with the clear. Now I did come in with the torch, but you couldn't see, because you have to use that to blow out all the bubbles, or the air bubbles, get the air bubbles out. And you have to be really careful, because it's got such a force, like a hairdryer, that just blows the flipping resin out of the mould. So because of the angle I did it, the shot was rubbish. So unfortunately that's not in. Then I'm going to fill it with clear, scrape it right out, fill that middle, and that will push it out. Then what I do, I get the wood stick, and I try to make like a pattern, but the resin moves. You never know what you're going to get, because it has a life form of itself. You leave it for 5 hours to semi-set, and it's not even semi-set to be honest, but you can put another layer on without disturbing the bottom layer. That's the minimum you can leave it, 5 hours. And then I come in with a second. But it just moves, it constantly moves all the time. So anyway, I tried to do this, and I think it looks really pretty. That'll be nice when it sets, but it all moved, it all merged, and you didn't actually get this in the end. Okay guys, so I will blow that. I will leave that for 24 hours, then it's perfectly set. You're going to see the finished result in a minute. Guys, we're coming to the end of the video. What do you think? You asked for a resin, I've had a little play, I've got the camera out, and we've done it together, and this is the finished result. Now have a feel around. If it needs filing, I file off. That you might get some little, you'll see in a minute, some little residue, little bits of resin. You just pick that off, file it, and then I buff it just to make sure it's super smooth. Go around with your fingers, make sure nothing's catching, you're not going to catch yourself on it. Then when you're perfectly happy, you've got your nail palette, it's all done and dusted. Guys, I really do hope you've enjoyed this little, something different, isn't it? I wanted to have a play, you said you wanted to see me do it, so here we are. Guys, if you have enjoyed this video, please take a moment and hit that thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed already, guys, I would absolutely love it if you would. Look out for it in upcoming videos, because I'm sure as hell going to use it. I love it, love it, love it, love it. It's brilliant. Guys, this is the finished result. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, guys. And until next time, bye.